Welcome to Take Your Own Advice. I'm your host, Vanessa Contreras. I want to hop right into it. This is not going to be your, self-help, have it all figured out conversation. I do not have all the answers. I'm figuring it out just like you. So if you're looking for a self-help, I'm not the one. We are navigating through all of this together. The reason why it's been on my heart to start this podcast is that I have so many things on my heart, and there's a lot of times in all the things that I've done in my life where after it's said and done, or I'm in the midst of doing something, or even having a conversation with a friend, we're all so good, and I'm pretty sure you can relate, we're all so good at giving others advice. And the one thing we usually don't do is take our own advice. It's really easy to look at somebody else and tell them what they should do and how things would be better. But what if you took a moment to do that for yourself? And those are the kind of conversations that we're going to be having on this podcast. So I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here because I'm living through it too. I'm just figuring it out like everyone else, as a mom, a fiancée, an entrepreneur, and a woman trying to keep it together while becoming the best version of herself. I have notes with me today because this has been up and coming, up and running in my head and not in motion. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss out on anything. So we're jumping right into it. If you've ever looked around and thought, wow, I love my life, but damn, this is a lot, then you're in the right place. And let's talk about it. So to launch the pod, the very first episode had to be this one because we're all just figuring it out. And I'm learning in life that that's pretty much the point. I will be entering my mid-30s, and enough is enough. This is the point in my life where I'm completely getting over myself and all the things I've ever said I'm going to do, all the things that I want to do. I'm literally just launching and going for it. Let it not be perfect. Let it not be exactly how I want it to be. Even getting here today and finally doing this was not easy and it was not perfect, but I'm proud that I am here right now. And if you're watching this video, I'm proud that you're watching this video, which means that I actually ended up editing the podcast and launching the podcast, and that we're finally doing it. So something that I've heard all my life is, you're just so confident. Like, you seem like you have it all together. And although that can seem true, we're all still human. And although I do consider myself a very confident person, it's taken a lot to get here, I am still that girl that will sit in her car by herself and cry, okay? I think it's healthy to cry. It's important to cry. I'm learning it's important to process your feelings and all of the things. So those are the type of conversations that we're gonna be having. I think I'm finally coming to terms with the fact that confidence and chaos can absolutely coexist in one space. And that's the look I'm going for these days, for myself mainly. I feel like I'm finally at a point in my life where I'm no longer looking for validation from other people. Let that be my family, most importantly, my parents, my siblings, friends, partners. What you see is what you get, and it's not perfect. And that's absolutely okay with me. And by launching Take Your Own Advice, I hope that the conversations that I have here, you relate to them, and it's conversations that you would share with a friend, because the one thing that is for certain is that we only get to live one life, so we need to live it to the fullest. I think what has me really locking into self-awareness, mindfulness, slowing down, is understanding that hustle culture just isn't fully it. I think we're all coming to that understanding where hustle culture just isn't it. I do come from that generation, that millennial generation, of really pulling through grit. Like, knowing that in life you have to just eat shit, you have to really go through the process, you have to build yourself from the bottom. Networking is incredibly important. Putting yourself out there is really important. And as someone that has navigated through this media world in all different aspects, from TV and commercial, beauty pageants, all of the things, one thing stands true is if the opportunity isn't presenting itself to you, you need to curate the opportunity for yourself. At this point in my life, there's so many times that I felt like I had to wait for something to happen when in the end, you just need to make it happen. Like, don't fake it till you make it, but just make it till you make it. I always tell my friends this, I always tell my colleagues this, and especially creatives, like, do not wait for opportunities, create the opportunity. You make it happen until it happens. Back had a little lighting shift, so got it situated and now we're back, we outside. Which, speaking of outside, is is exactly what we're dealing with right now. So not having it all figured out is the definition. Like when people ask you like, how are you doing? I wish I could just answer, or I'm gonna start answering with, I'm figuring it out, rather than usually we just shake our head and we're like, I'm good. But there are moments where I'm not feeling good, okay? It's not always good, and that's part of being human. And that's exactly the space I'm trying to curate by starting, finally launching this podcast. It's like, you don't have to have it figured out. I wanna hear it in the comments. I want us to talk about it. I wanna go back and forth about it. Like, we're gonna turn this into a thing. Because for me personally, I was outside. I felt like I was that girl, the it girl, I am doing my whole content creator influencing. I was working, nightlife and working phenomenal retail jobs, working at, I was in and out and doing all these things and working these marketing gigs and brand ambassador work. And I was just a girl that would pick up and go and do whatever I want when I wanted. And at the same time, while I was that girl, I was praying for everything that I have right now. I remember thoroughly praying for the description of the partner that I have now, the family that I have now, the life that I live now, even this present moment, to be filming this with my team. I have a team behind this camera that's helping me do this right now. I literally prayed for all of those things. And there's moments that I still catch myself feeling so sad, and I feel sad because the transition, or I guess I feel the emotion of sadness because I'm in this transition of, going from what I feel or I would describe was being that girl, right? What we talk about these days is that girl. And now I'm still that girl, but transitioning into that girl through motherhood and entrepreneurship and fiancéship, right? And committing my life to my family when I was a girl that committed fully to myself. Life was all about myself. I traveled when I wanted. I was in and out of my house when I wanted. I didn't have to check my calendar or color code my calendar to keep track of not only my family, but my team and my work. And there's just so many moving pieces in this giant blessing that I'm living. But it's such a transition from who I was to who I am now, and who I am becoming. So currently I feel like there's just an identity, whiplash. And this goes to the quote that everyone's always talking about, slow down and pay attention to the life that you're living is the life that you prayed for. And by no means do I want this conversation to ever feel like I'm ungrateful for the things that I have, or, this is me genuinely in this space, just sharing my feelings. This is gonna be a diary of my heart that I've always been very open about sharing my life. I do not gatekeep. I love to share my life online. I'm doing all the things that I'm doing now to share it in a way that I've always visualized. But I'm your online bestie that you didn't know you needed, and we're gonna have these conversations often. But the transition has been something that for me is a blessing, but has been pulling me in different directions to just really figure out peace in this season, figure out peace in this person that I am now and the responsibilities and blessings in front of me. And I'm accepting that life can be chaotic and it can also be a blessing and confident and happy and joy and all these things. They can coexist in one. And if there's any moment or any point in time that you're going through something where maybe you're not content with where you are in life, I stand really strongly by my faith. And so I really work on those moments where I am feeling depression creeping in. I let it creep and then I press the pause button on it. And it's like, I know better. There's been plenty of times where I start spiraling and going into these dark places. And every time I sit there for a little bit, God just knows, God has bigger plans for us, right? We all know this. It's all the cliches are true. Going into my mid-30s, like all the cliches are just true. God definitely has a bigger plan. So I just pull myself out of my ruts, like reminding myself of that there have been moments where I have been in dark places and there's been in moments where I don't know what's coming next, but clarity comes in action. So whatever it is that I'm doing, and even when I'm feeling upset, I look within and it's like, what's one thing that I could do today to feel proud of myself? Because I am definitely a person that has attached a lot of my identity to productivity and to finances and to all these other material things that at the end of the day, like I'm learning now where I have my family and I have my son and I'm seeing him start from zero, and I feel like I get the opportunity as his mom to like live life with him, where it's like starting all over again, right? Like we're full-grown adults and there's simple things that this human doesn't know because he simply doesn't know them because he's never lived it, because he's 15 months at the time of this recording. So like, yeah, of course he doesn't know how to walk. Of course he knows how to walk now. What I'm saying is, as we're going, you know, motherhood has shown me these things where I get to live life with him, where when something is new to him, like seeing a disco ball reflecting through the lights or seeing his reflection in the mirror when he's grabbing something and climbing a chair, and I caught myself like being proud of him, like grabbing toilet paper for me the other day. Like that for me was like, wow, you're so smart, kid. Like you can respond to a command. And we lose track of the fact that we never knew how to respond to commands when we first came onto this earth. And now here we are growing through life and adulthood, and we're just taking commands from all different directions, whether it's your boss or it's your partner or it's your parents or it's, you know, whoever you feel you need to get reassurance from. Remember the days where none of that mattered? We can't remember those days because we're so caught up in our heads and we think that things need to be perfect or they need to go a certain way in order for us to be happy and content. And that's just not how life goes. So I want you to fall in love with your chaos, and I want you to be confident about your chaos. I don't want to overwhelm you on the first episode, but I know that you and I have a lot of conversations pending. And if this episode hit home, share it with a friend, share it with your sister, share it with a cousin, share it with whoever. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel. This podcast is going to be available on all streaming platforms very, very soon. We are launching on YouTube. YouTube is going to be home base. So make sure that you hang tight with me. Subscribe, follow me on Instagram. And if you catch yourself giving a friend a good piece of advice, just make sure that you take your own advice because it's so necessary.